Hello and welcome to Primerica. I am Herman Lopez, Regional Vice President of the Castleton office, and we're super excited to have you on board with the team. And if you're watching this video, it's because you've already gone ahead and completed step one of your Fast Start. And step one is to watch the orientation video by Jeff Seagraves on the Primerica app. Now, if you have not gone ahead and done that, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to stop this video and go ahead and get step one done first. A lot of what we're going to cover in this video will make a lot more sense if you've watched the orientation video first. Now, if you've already gone ahead and completed that, let's go ahead and get started with what we call our Fast Start introduction. The purpose of this introduction is to prepare you for your Fast Start meeting with your field trainer that you should have scheduled to do within the next 24 to 48 hours. And so the reason we call it the Fast Start is because for most of you listening to this, this is probably the first time you've started a business. Or if it's not, maybe it's the first time you started working in the financial arena. And so you're starting something new. And anytime you start anything new, you have one thing going against you. And what that one thing is, it's something called the law of diminishing intent. And what the law of diminishing intent is, it's the longer you wait to do something that you should be doing now, the greater the odds that you will never actually do it. So we all sometimes have, the one thing that we need to get done. Maybe one thing we need to get done around the house. Maybe one thing we need to say to somebody, one thing, let's say it's exercise, you want to start exercising. Well, the longer you wait to actually do it, the greater the odds that you will never actually start to do it. So to kind of put that in a picture for you, here kind of gives you an idea. Whenever you make a decision to do the thing, whatever that thing may be, in this example is you started your Primerica business, you started a financial business. So the likelihood of you actually doing the thing, of you succeeding here in the company, of you getting results, making money, building a business, it's going to have a lot to do with what you do in the first 2 days. Because the longer you wait, the more your intentions start to diminish. And so if we can take action in your first 2 days or your first 2 days of watching this, the likelihood that you'll actually do the activities required to build your business and to see results. So every person that we get started in our team, we want to make sure we get them off to a fast start, because that is what's going to help you ultimately have success and make money in this business, which obviously we all came to be able to do that here. So we're going to get started with this Fast Start. And the first thing we want to make sure that you all are aware of is what available resources you have available to you. And so we're going to cover the top 5, because there's actually a lot of resources available to you. But we're just going to cover the top 5. And again, we strongly suggest that you plug into as much of these resources as possible. Again, what you put in is exactly what you're going to get out. And so the first resource you have available to is technology. Now, if you're like me, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being very skilled in technology, I fall under like a 4 or 5. Okay, now that might be you, or you might be more technologically savvy. Now, if you're the kind of person that you're not that great with technology, I got hope for you. It is completely fine. You don't have to become a technology expert, but you do want to make a decision to get very good with the technology with Primerica, because the technology you have available with Primerica will make you money. You see, I wasn't good with technology because I didn't have a reason to get good at it. But now when I joined my Primerica business, I understood that the better I get at technology, the more results I'm going to have in my business, the more money I'm going to make. So you have an incentive to get good with the technology resources you have available at Primerica. And so what are the resources you have with technology? You have access to the Primerica app, which you most likely already have downloaded. If not, make sure you download and use the Primerica app. I strongly recommend spend about 5 to 10 minutes a day and mess around with the app. That's how you get very familiar with it. There's a lot of videos, audios, training resources available on that app. Also use the PrimericaOnline.com website. You have the same username and password for both the Primerica app and Primerica Online. We refer to Primerica Online as POL. There's a lot more resources available on that. And then also Zoom, with everything that recently happened with this pandemic, it's allowed us to be able to take our business entirely virtual. So get very familiar with Zoom. We do a lot of our meetings through Zoom. As a matter of fact, you might even want to set up an account. It's free, and get very good. So these are the three things that you're going to want to get very good when it comes to technology. Everything else, if you're not that great at it, hey, that's completely fine. These three things will make you money. The second resource that you want to plug into is our weekly meetings. We hold two types of meetings on a week-to-week basis. The first kind of meeting that we run are trainings, which is kind of self-explanatory. A training is, a training. We actually train on different aspects of the business. And the second type of meeting we run are business overviews. What a business overview is, it's about a 45-minute presentation that we do for you to invite people to learn about the company, our concepts and the career opportunities. It's a great way to introduce people to Primerica. So we do these twice a week. The more you plug into these meetings, the more you're going to get out of your Primerica business. The trainings will help you get the skills that you need to be able to do what we do. And the more skilled you get in the business, the more money you're going to make. The more people you plug into the business overviews, the more people that are going to get introduced to your business, the more results and money you're going to make. So these are the schedule of meetings that we run. So we run a meeting every Tuesday from 7 to 8. We do the business overview for you to invite guests. And then from 8 to 9, we do training. Now, these trainings are always held at the office, but obviously right now with the stay-at-home order, we're doing these meetings virtually on Zoom. But once the stay-at-home order gets lifted, we're going to be back at the office every Tuesday from 7 to 9. That's kind of the breakdown of that meeting. Then we do meetings every Thursday from 7 to 8, and we only do the business overview. We don't do any kind of training, just the overview, and these are always held virtually on Zoom. So you never have to question if we're going to run a meeting or not. We've been running this meeting consistently. So you have an opportunity to invite people that couldn't make it a Tuesday. You can invite them to Thursday. And then every Saturday morning, we run a training from 9 in the morning to 11. We usually do it virtually on Zoom, but we might switch every once in a while from office to Zoom. So this is the schedule of the meetings. If you ever have any questions on that, you can contact your trainer. But again, the more you could plug into these meetings, the more success you're going to have in your business. The third resource you have available is our Facebook group and our Facebook Messenger group chat. If you haven't plugged into that, ask your trainer how to get plugged into that. We post all updates, all announcements, all incentives, everything that you kind of need to know to stay up to date with everything. We post it on there. We post ideas. We kind of give you the motivation for the day. Everything that you kind of need to stay up to date with everything is available on that. Definitely plug into that to stay up to date on your business and with the team. The fourth resource is people in place. So the people that you have access to, obviously you have access to your trainer. You have access to the regional vice president. And if you're listening to this, you're most likely part of our organization. So you'll have access to me directly. And again, a regional vice president is someone who owns and operates the office, has years and years of experience, have had success in the company. You have access to your vice president. You have access to the team. So again, don't ever hesitate to reach out, ask questions. We're here to help you. Our success is dependent on your success. So we have an incentive to help you succeed here. You also have access to the place, which the place that you have access to is our office in Castleton. That office is available to you at any time, any day, any hour, to do meetings, to do trainings, to meet with your teammates, to meet with clients. You have access to the office at any time. Absolutely free resources as well. The fifth resource is our big events. We plug into about 2 to 4 big events a year. Our big events are really what help take your life and your business to the next level. As a matter of fact, the next big event that we're plugging into is called the Team Unstoppable Convention. Now, Team Unstoppable is an organization that we're a part of in Primerica. It's the largest team in Primerica. It's about 5,000 licensed representatives, and there's probably another couple hundred, couple thousand people that are not licensed as part of this organization. And they do a convention once every 2 years. So the next one's not going to be till 2022. So you definitely don't want to miss out on this convention. The CEO of Primerica, Glenn Williams, will be at this convention. There's going to be guest speakers, top field speakers. There's people in their 20s, millennials making 6 figures a year in our company that you're going to be learning from them, how they're building their business. There's people that have been in this business 20, 30 years, making, you know, $500,000, $1 million. One of the guest speakers actually makes $2 million. Training you on how they built their business and how you can build your business the same way. So these events is really what you can get about 6 to 8 months worth of training in a matter of 1 to 2 to 3 days. Now, this event is actually going to be on July 31st and August 1st in Ohio. It's only about an hour and a half, 2 hours from Indianapolis. You know, it's a Friday and Saturday. So you definitely want to come to this convention with us. You can get registered at this link. You should have received an email with the PDF version of this presentation that I'm doing for you. On that PDF file, you should be able to click on the link and get registered for that. Again, if you have any questions about these resources, always contact your trainer. We're here to help you and assist you. So how to get your business started off. Best description that we can help you is to compare it to the 3-legged stool of success. So if you think about a stool, of 3 legs, if you take one of those legs out, the stool don't work anymore, right? It needs at least those 3 legs evenly spread out in order for you to be able to sit on that chair. And so same thing in your business. When you start a business, you don't just do one thing and then the next, and then the next, and then the next. You actually have to do several things at the same time. Again, this isn't a job, this is a business. And so for us to make it very simple for you, these are the 3 things, or the 3 legs of what you need to be doing in order for your business to stand, for your business to succeed. And so as you can see, the first leg starting from the left-hand side is your financial needs analysis. The second leg is our field training. And then the third leg is our licensing. And so let's talk about each one of these legs. So the first leg is your financial needs analysis. So what is the financial needs analysis? It's the free complimentary program that we do for every single person that we sit down with to help them get out of debt, help them, you know, save for their retirement, help them get on track with their financial goals and dreams, help them budget, save money on insurance, save money on taxes, and kind of put a whole plan in place for them to reach their financial goals. And so this is what you're going to be doing for families. The purpose of you getting started with us when you're going to be sitting down with families is to help them do a free analysis to see what we can do to impact their financial future. But, you know, wouldn't it make sense before you start helping other families that you be the first person that gets their finances on track, right? You don't want to help dozens of other families, hundreds of other families get on track and build wealth for their future, and you don't get to do that. You don't want to help other families get debt free, and you don't get to do that. So the first family that you want to help is your own. And so the very first step that we want to do is help you to start your financial needs analysis. It'll be great training for you. It'll be great exposure for you as far as what the client process looks like. And it'll help you create your own testimony. And you want to have your testimony when you're talking to people about what we do. The best way to explain what we do is to share, how did Primerica impact you? You know, I was very fortunate to start this business at a very young age, at the young age of 18 years of age. Now, I didn't have that many financial responsibilities, but let me share with you how the financial needs analysis at 18 helped me. You know, the financial needs analysis at 18 showed me if all I do is invest $50 a month, by the time I'm 67, which is the average retirement age, I'll have over $1 million saved for retirement at a 12% rate of return. So I started investing $50 a month at age 18. So if I don't ever invest any more money than just $50 a month, I'm still going to become a millionaire. They helped me save $45 a month on my auto insurance. They helped me budget my money better to free up about $100, $200 a month in my budget. Started saving for emergencies. And they also helped me obtain a life insurance plan. Now you might be asking, why did an 18-year-old need a life insurance plan? Well, I bought it for two reasons. I learned that if I were to get a terminal illness, I could get 70% of my life insurance coverage paid out to me. And I knew if I got diagnosed with a terminal illness and I'm still living, I would want to make sure I have a certain amount of money to provide for me, to pay for treatment and things of that nature, because I understood in the medical field, if you don't have the money for the treatment, you don't get the treatment. And so I wanted to be in a position where, I'd have the money to do that. But I also want to be in a position where if I passed away, my parents, my mom would be financially set. And because I'm young, or I was young at 18, when I bought the life insurance plan, it only cost me about $35 a month for $250,000 of coverage. And so think about it, an 18-year-old with no real financial responsibilities, look at the impact the analysis made for me. Think about the impact that it might have for you if you might be married, if you have kids, if you have financial responsibilities, you could be even impacted even greater than I was with your financial needs analysis. So that's the first leg. Now, in order for us to do that, you should have received an email with the PDF version of this presentation. Along with this, you should have received these two forms. The first form on the left-hand side is what we call the financial needs analysis checklist. You just need to collect those documents that are on the checklist. And if any of those documents are available online, or if they don't apply to you, don't worry about collecting them. So as you can see, the check boxes include like your paycheck stubs, setting some financial goals, checking and savings account statements, retirement plan statements like 401ks, your mortgage statement, any loan or credit card statement, life insurance policies, auto and home insurance policies, and so on and so forth. And so you just need to collect those statements or have access to it online. And then fill out your budget worksheet. And that's what you would need to work on in order for us to start working on your financial needs analysis. And so again, that'll help you get on track for your financial future. So to help better equip you to put other families on track with their financial future. And so that's the first leg of your financial needs analysis, or what we like to call your F&A. Now let's talk about the second leg. Now the second leg out of the three legs, this is probably the most important one. And it's called the field training. And what is field training? Field training is how you're going to learn the business. Because again, this is a business, you got to learn what to do in order to make money in this business. If you're not skilled at what you do, you're just not going to make any money. You're not going to build a business. And so what is field training? Field training is going on appointments with your trainer. Instead of us theoretically teaching you from a book or one-on-one, let's show you live what happens on appointments. So you can see what questions clients ask, what kind of concerns. You can see statements. You can see how we do the reports, how we do the analysis. And so that's what field training is all about, is going on appointments. So the best thing you can do to get your business started and to gain experience is to start the field training process and start going on appointments with your trainer. Now, the purpose of our training is to get you independent. If we can get you independent where you don't even need to depend on your trainer or your vice president, then you can make money wherever you want, whenever you want, however you want, because you know exactly what to do. You don't have to wait and depend on anybody. So the purpose is to get you independent, get you confident in the products and services, get you confident in the company, and get you confident in yourself as far as what you're going to be doing. It's very hard for us to show you the power of Primerica until you actually see us sitting down with a family and you seeing their reaction. Sometimes clients come in tears when we show them their plan to get out of debt, when we free up $100, $200, $300 a month in their budget, when we show them, the change they can make. And so that'll help build your confidence, but it'll also get you competent. And competence, will eventually help you make money. And yes, you will be making money through the field training process. We're going to explain how you're going to do that here in a little bit. And what the greatest thing that our training is going to do for you is going to help you build your business. Now, the best way to get field trained is to start with the people that you know. Now, you might ask, well, why is that? Why should I start with the people that I know? Well, let me ask you a simple question. If you started a restaurant and you had a grand opening, let's say in a couple days or a couple weeks from now, how would you get people to show up to your grand opening? Because obviously you want people to know you have a restaurant, that what kind of food you serve, Well, you would probably start by inviting your friends and family and ask them, hey, can you invite your friends and family? Can you invite the people that you know to my grand opening, right? And so you have started a new business. You know, we're essentially starting your grand opening. And so the best way for you to introduce people and get your name out there and start marketing your business is, you know, with the people that you know. Because the only other alternative that you have, if you're not going to go down this path, is you got to figure out, you know, you got to become the marketing expert. You got to have, you know, the money to market through TV ads, radio ads, billboards, you know, social media ads, things of that nature. And most people that get started in Primerica aren't in a financial position to do that. And also, you got to understand the business that we're in. We're in the financial services business, and we're also in the people business. People don't want to buy life insurance or invest $100,000 or $1 million or even $25 with someone that they don't know. They want to do it with someone that they know and trust. So this is a trust and relationship building business. Well, and rather than starting a bunch of new relationships, why not use the relationships and the trust that you already have with some of the people that you know? Now, the goal is not to build a business with those people. We're not trying to do appointments with the people that you know to do business with them. Although some might want to do business with us, but that's not our goal. Our goal is to build a business through the people that you know. And the best way I can explain this is just to share my own testimony. You see, I got started as an 18-year-old high school student. Now, let me ask you this question. What kind of people do you think I knew as an 18-year-old high school student? All I knew were a bunch of other 18-year-old high school students. And our 18-year-old high school students, ideal clients for life insurance, ideal clients for car insurance or investing money, you know, the services that we do, absolutely not, right? They're not ideal, but that's all I knew. But I understood that if I could show everybody that I know, and that was the goal I set from day one that I joined Primerica, is from the first day, every single person that I know is going to know what I do. Now, my goal isn't to do business with them. Now, if they would like to do business with me, by all means, I'll do business with them. But my goal is to have every single person that I know what I do, and so that they can connect me with the people that they know. So, we call that the third party approach. So what happened is I started doing appointments with, you know, these 18-year-old high school students, and they got me connected, you know, with their mom and dad. They connected me with their older siblings that had children that were married. They connected me with their boss at their job. And I started building those connections, and it was very easy for me to do meetings with those people because I had the connection and the trust of my friend. A perfect example, the very first one of the very first clients I helped in the business, I actually made a total of about $3,000 helping one of the first clients I got early on in this business. How did I do that? Well, the client invested about $100,000 into a retirement account, and they bought a pretty large amount of life insurance. Now, you might be wondering, how did an 18-year-old kid make $3,000 off of one appointment? Well, it didn't take one appointment. What happened is I scheduled a meeting with one of my good friends who I went to high school with. And I just asked her, hey, can you give me 30 minutes? I just want to show you what I'm doing, trying to get my name out there. And when I booked this meeting, I showed her everything that I did. And what happened is she said, you know what? The perfect people that need to hear this is my mom and dad. As a matter of fact, my dad recently got in a car accident. He's okay, but, you know, we're 5 kids, and they were wondering, you know, if he would have passed away, what would they have done? So I found him, you know, right place, right time, because I booked that meeting. And so I said, great, can you connect me with your parents? She told them that I'd be contacting them. You know, she told them briefly about the meeting I had. And when I called them, they said, how soon can you come? We would love to hear what, you know, you have to say. And so I went, did, you know, showed them what I did. And we practically did business on life insurance. We kind of helped them in other areas, but they also invested about $100,000. And my total commission from that was about $3,000. So think about how excited I was as an 18-year-old kid, you know, making $3,000 helping one client, right? And so there's some serious money to be made. There's a lot of people out here that need our help, but you're never going to get connected with those people unless you start with your connections. So again, the goal is not to do business with the people that you know. It's simply for them to know what you do so that they can get you connected with other people. And you're going to build a business through the people that you know. And that's the best way to build a business in this industry. Now, we talked about what's field training, what's the purpose, and how we're going to do that. What our goal through the field training process, through these appointments that we're doing, is our goal is to help you sprint to district, do a sprint or a fast run to district. And what does that mean? Sprint to district means to become a district leader in your first 30 days. Let me explain why we want to do that and what that means. So in Primerica, there's a lot of ways we make money. I'm just going to explain to you how we make money off of life insurance. These are the different contracts. So let's start on the left-hand side where it says level in black. Those are the different contracts. We have, everyone starts as a representative, and then they can move on to senior representative, then work their way up to district leader, then become a division leader, regional leader, senior regional leader, and the last contract there where it says RVP is regional vice president. That's the highest paying contract. Now, if you look in the middle where it says writing rep, those are the percentages that they get paid. So right now, you're a representative. Once you get licensed, you would start at a 25% contract. And then you could work your way up to 35%, 50, 60, and then obviously the highest paying contracts, regional vice president, 110%. And so there's really two ways we get paid off of life insurance. The first way we get paid is personal production. So if you help a family yourself, you would get paid those percentages in the middle. So if you're a representative and you help a client with life insurance, you get paid 25% of what the client's going to pay their first year. And again, you get all of that money 3 days later. And we're going to show you a couple examples so you guys understand that. If you're a district, you would get paid 50%, right? And if you're a vice president, you'd get paid 110%. And that's the first way that you get paid. So obviously, if you want to make more money in Primerica, you know, have a higher paying contract. But the second way we get paid is something called an override. Now, anybody can earn an override in Primerica, but we're just going to keep it very simple today. We're going to explain to you how an override works if you're a vice president. So the way an override works is you always get paid the difference between your contract and the person that you directly recruit to your team. So here's an example. The total base payout, as you can see at the very bottom in blue, the total base shop payout is 110%. So anytime someone in Primerica helps a client with life insurance, Primerica pays out a total of 110% to the office of the vice president. Now, if what they do with the 110% is they'll divide it up depending on who actually helped the client, and what's left over gets paid to the uplines all the way to the RVP. So here's an example. I'm an RVP. If I help a client, I get paid the whole 110%. But let's say I hire somebody brand new. Let's say I hire you. You would start as a representative. You would help a client. You, of the 110% that comes our way, you would get 25% of that. So what's left over, 85%, that's what would go to your regional vice president. That 85%, that's called an override. Now, as you can see very early on, your commission is smaller and the override of your vice president is larger. And the reason behind that is because you're brand new. We're investing a lot of time and energy and training into you with really no guarantee if this is going to work out, right? So our overrides are very bigger. But as you start getting promoted, like for example, if you become a senior rep, you get more of that 110% now. You get 35% of that. Your RVP only gets 75%. And then once you become a district, you get 50% of that. So what's left over is 60. And then as you can start seeing, your commission starts getting higher, our override gets smaller because you're more and more independent. You're more and more experienced. So obviously you deserve to get more of the pie, more of the cut. Your vice president deserves to get a little bit less because they're probably investing less time into you because you're independent. And that's how the business works. So you can get paid two ways, personal production or team production. Team production is called that override. And again, the override is always the difference of what's left over between the contracts. So how does this pertain to you? Well, you can already start building a team and start making overrides as well. Let me explain how it works. Here's an example of a client who's 35 years old, helping them set up a $300,000 life insurance plan on both the husband and the wife. So a total of $600,000 of coverage. If a 35-year-old couple bought this plan for a 30-year level term plan, level term life insurance, it would only cost them $83. Now, again, think about how hard of a conversation you think it is to have with someone who's married with kids and tell them, hey, for 83 bucks a month, I can get you 600,000 of coverage guaranteed for the next 30 years. And all it costs you is $83 a month, right? Oh, and by the way, for you to get your plan started, you just got to pay your first month, $83. Not a too difficult conversation to do that. Well, once you fill out the application, which takes about 10 minutes, and you can do it on the Primerica app, you get paid based off of what that $83 a month is going to be over 12 months. So you just simply do 83 times 12 to calculate what the client's going to pay their first year. In this example, 83 times 12 is 1,000. You can see that in red. Annual premium is $1,000. Your percentage is based off the 1,000. So we talked about, again, a representative. Everyone starts as a representative. So you, right now, if you're a representative, you would get paid 25% of the 1,000. But if you're a district leader, you would get paid 50% of the 1,000. So let's show exactly how this client example works in the office. So again, if you guys remember, I said that anytime someone helps a client in Primerica, the total commission paid is 110%. Always, regardless of who makes the sale, it's always 110%. So this example of John and Mary, who paid $83 a month for their life insurance plan, that's $1,000 a year. So the commission paid, you can see in red, it's $1,100. That's what's coming to my office, $1,100 in commission. Now, these are all the different contracts. You can see the 25%, 35%, 50, 60, 70, 110. Those are the dollar amounts that they would get paid if they made the sale. So right now, you're a representative at 25%. If you help this client start up their $83 a month life insurance plan, you would get 25% of the first year, which is 25% of 1,000. You would make $250. Not bad. One, maybe a 30-minute, 45-minute conversation, 15-minute application, hour to 2 hours worth of work. You get paid $250 3 days later. Not a bad gig, right? But if you're a district, you could be getting paid 50% instead of 25. So if you were a district leader and you help this exact same client, nothing else changes, exact same amount of time, exact same amount of work, exact same life insurance plan. But instead of getting $250, you could be getting paid $500. Now I have a very tough question to ask you. Would you rather earn $250 every time you help a family like John and Mary, or would you rather make $500? Right, I'm being a little sarcastic there, right? Obviously, you would want to make $500 every time you help the client. And if you could make $500 3 days later after you help a client, how many families would you want to help this month? You want to help as many as possible. And that's why our goal is to help you get off to a fast start, to sit down with as many people as possible, because people need our help, but you can also make money along the way. But again, if you guys remember, I mentioned that there's 2 ways to get paid. You can get paid to help a family, but you can also get paid in override. You can get paid for your team production. So if you're a district leader, you can, hire, train, and develop representatives. And just like how an RVP gets an override of what the production of the team does, you too can earn an override. So of the $500, assuming you're a district leader, of the $500 commission that goes your way, if you have a representative on your team that helps a client like John and Mary, of your $500, $250 goes to them. So what's left over is $250. So think about that. Let me ask you a question. What would you rather make $500 to help a family, or would you rather not even have to do anything? Let someone else help the family, they make $250, and so do you, because you get what's left over. You get the difference between the contracts of 50 and 25. And then again, what's left over between the vice president and the district is 600. So here's a perfect example. For representative helps a client, they would make 25%, which is 250. You as the district would get the remaining 25%, which is 250. So 250 plus 250 is 500. And then what's left over between the district and the vice president is 60%, which is $600 in this client example. So again, if you could earn a $250 to $600 override every time, not you helped a client, every time your representative helped a client, how many representatives do you want to have in your team? Right? And you might want to have 10, 50, 100. I've had people say, I want to have all of them, right? And that's the uniqueness of Primerica. You can help families and get compensated for that, but you can also build an organization, build a team, build a business that can help clients without your help, and you're still getting compensated for that. An incredible opportunity. But I do want to mention, everyone begins as a representative. So if you're a representative, if you have another representative on your team, you're both at the same contract. So there is no overrides because there's nothing left over between 250 and 250. So the only way you can make overrides, which is commission from the sales of your team, is to get promoted to district leader. So that is our goal with these field training appointments we're going to go on. Our goal is to help you become a district leader. Now, why do we want to help you become a district leader? Again, you're going to get double the pay. You're going to go from 25% to 50%. You're also going to get a 25% override off of your team based off their production. And if you still stay as a representative, well, you're getting paid half of what a district leader gets paid, and you make no overrides. So we don't want to help you stay as a representative. We want to help you become a district leader. Now you know the why. Now let's discuss the how. How do I become a district leader, right? Well, there's a production requirement. And that production requirement is all you have to do is add 3 new associates onto your team, or the technical term, what we call it, is recruits. And that's just 3 people that did exactly what you did. That, you know, they paid their IBA licensing fee. They got started in their business. 3 people that join your organization, and then 3 clients that pay about $83 a month for the life insurance plan, which is about $3,000 in premium. You do that in your first 30 days, you're going to get promoted to district leader. And again, just to reiterate, what does it mean to become a district leader? You'll get paid 50% instead of 25. You'll be able to get 25% in overrides from the sales of your team. And you also, aside from the promotion, aside from the pay raise, aside from the experience and the training, you're also going to get paid a $600 field training bonus. Now, I'm going to explain to you how that field training bonus works here in a little bit. But some people always, when I show people, hey, you got to get 3 new recruits and $3,000 in premium to get promoted, they think, okay, so I got to go find 3 new people that want to make some money and get involved with my team, and I got to go help find 3 new clients. So they start focusing on those 2 areas. And the reality is you don't have to do both. You just have to focus on one. And which of the one do you need to focus on? Well, we strongly suggest that you focus on adding new recruits to your team. Because think about this. What's an easier conversation to have with people? Is it easier to have a conversation with somebody about how to spend, talking to them about spending $83 a month for 30 years, right? Although it's something that they need, or talk to them about making money. What do people tend to, hear more about? Spending money or making money? Well, obviously more people are gonna be interested in, well, let's make some money. So we strongly suggest for you to really get to district leader fast, focus on adding 3 new people onto your team, talking to people about an opportunity to make money. Because here's what's going to happen. Think about how many people really need life insurance. How many people need our services? Almost everybody. Don't you think those 3 new people that are going to get involved in your team, don't you think they most likely will need life insurance, will need to do their analysis, will need to get out of debt, will need to invest? The chances and the probability of that is extremely high. Well, any client, any recruit that you bring onto your team, if they become clients as well, which most likely they do, that goes credit for your promotion as well. So it's not like you even have to look for the clients in your business. The clients will come through the recruiting happening in your organization. And that's honestly the fastest and the best way for you to get to district leader, is to focus on adding 3 new people to your team. Another thing to emphasize this point is, let me ask you this question. Would you rather go on an appointment, talk to somebody about Primerica, and only get paid once from that appointment, or go on an appointment, talk to somebody about Primerica, and get paid 100 times off that appointment? Obviously, the answer is very clear, get paid 100 times. What do I mean by that? Well, if you go on an appointment and only talk to somebody about Primerica and how we can help them financially with our analysis and with our products and services, well, they're going to get blessed, and so are you. You're going to get paid, but you're only going to get paid once because you only help them. But if you can talk to somebody about Primerica, and on top of talking to them about how we can help them with our financial needs analysis and our services, you talk to them about an opportunity to make an extra income, which almost everybody needs to make an extra income, and they join your team, you're going to get paid once for helping them as a client, but you're also going to get paid 100 times for every time they help a client. So I would rather do an appointment, talk to somebody about our opportunity, and get paid 100 times off of my result of doing one appointment than just go and sit down with somebody and talk to them about our services and only get paid once off of that. So again, the focus is, let's get you 3 new associates. Through the training and development of those 3, you're going to get your 3 clients. You're going to get promoted to district leader and get all these perks, higher pay rates, 50% contract, 25% overrides, and a field training bonus, $600. Now, let me explain to you why you're going to get paid $600 and what this field training bonus is. The field training bonus is a phenomenal program that the company just started not too long ago. This is actually fairly new, and our company is having massive success with this field training bonus, because this is an unlimited bonus program. It's unlimited. And so here's how it works. You get a $200 credit every time, and yes, I mean every time you add 1 new associate to your team, which is a recruit, and you do $1,000 of premium that you observe through the field training process. So here's an example. Let's say, you and I, we do an appointment, with someone that we show them what we do, and let's say they're interested in getting involved. They get involved, you just got to recruit. And let's say they also get a life insurance plan, for $1,000 in premium. Well, now you got to recruit, you got $1,000. That's going to trigger $200 in bonuses for your field training bonus. And so every time you do that, you get $200. So here's an example. On the left-hand side, you can see the activity. So let's focus on the 3 by 3,000, 3 new associates, 3,000 in premium, because that's what you need to get to district leader. If you do that, if you add the life license, so you have to get licensed, that will equal the amount of bonus you get credited to you, the amount of bonus, a cash bonus direct deposited to your bank account. So you don't have to stop at 3 by 3. Once you've done your 3 by 3 district leader promotion, you can keep going and bank more bonuses. You could do 5 by 5, that equals $1,000 bonus. You could do 10 by 10, equal 2,000. You can keep going. We have people in our company that, have done $4,000 or $5,000 in bonuses bank. So, the question is, how big do you want your bonus to be? By the time you get licensed, you could be already trained, independent, be a district leader, have a team, and get paid $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 bonus. And it's all up to you. The great thing about Primerica is the only person that puts limitations, or the only thing that puts limitations on you, is yourself. So you can go as fast, you can go as slow as you want to go, you can go as big or as little as you want to go. There is no maximum. But again, you do have to get licensed to get this bonus paid out. And again, the reason this bonus exists is because you're not licensed right now. So these appointments that you're going to be going on, your trainer is going to obviously have to do the production for you. And this is how you're going to get your compensation for these appointments. Now, we do want to mention that last bullet point there. The field training bonus expires in your first 90 days. So you only get 90 days to get licensed. And you have to complete the licensing class in your first 60 days. So if you don't get licensed in the next 90 days, well, then you lose the bonus. So make sure that, again, this is why we call it the 3 legs. Make sure you're doing all these 3 things at the same time, so you're maximizing each one of these areas. And by the time you get licensed, the bonus will get paid out. This is why you want to go through some field training before you get licensed, because if you get licensed and you haven't done any appointments, well, then there is no bonus for you. And you're starting at the lowest contract, 25%. So if you follow this process of going on field training appointments quickly here within the next day or 2, by the time you get licensed, you could be promoted 50%, earn 25% in overrides, get paid a big bonus, and you're independent, confident, making money, you're building a business. And so I know there was a lot of points we went there. Again, if you have any questions, contact your trainer. We're here to help you and assist you. But that's the second leg, our field training, which is, again, the most important one. And through the field training process, there's other ways that you're going to be making money. Aside from this promotion to district leader, aside from the field training bonus, there's other ways that you can make money right now that do not require the life insurance license. For example, we're partnered with Answer Financial. Answer Financial shops 40 auto and home insurance companies for our clients. And all our client has to do is call Answer Financial. It takes about 15, 20 minutes, and they can compare their current car insurance plan or home insurance plan to Answer's Financial 40 companies and see if one of them will give them discounts to save them money compared to their current plan. I've saved clients $30 a month, 50. I've saved clients up sometimes upwards to $200 a month. And so all those states that you see in gray are all the states that you can sell car insurance. You could do that today and get paid. On the left-hand side in the green, you can see a chart. It tells you how much you get paid as a rep, district, regional, vice president. So right now, as you can see, rep, you get paid $50 for the auto insurance, $25 for the homeowner's insurance. Again, if you have questions about this, contact your trainer. But if we do appointments and clients purchase an auto and home insurance plan, you're going to be getting paid for that. We also can help clients get a smart home security system through a company called Vivint. You get paid, as you can see, as a referring rep, $150 to $200 per plan that you establish. So if we do an appointment and we help them with this plan, you get paid $150 to $200. We can also help people get access to legal services through Legal Shield. They can get legal protection and identity theft protection. You can see as a representative, you get paid $50 for the legal protection, $39 for the identity theft protection. The legal protection only costs $28 a month. The identity theft protection only costs $11 a month per person. So again, these are other products and services that you can start offering as of now and start getting paid off of that as well. And so again, the field training process, you're going to be making money. Our goal is to get you to sprint to district and help you build your business. And then the third leg is licensing. Now licensing, it's its own animal in itself. And so we actually have a separate video for the licensing process to show you exactly how to get licensed. You could do it online or you could do it in a physical course. We explain the entire process in that licensing video, or your trainer can go over that process with you. And so that's the three-legged stool of success. Do these three things all at the same time, you're going to have success in Primerica. And so what we want to talk about next is to help you get started with the field training. We want to help you build your contacts to start setting appointments. So what does this mean? The great thing about Primerica on the Primerica app is you can actually upload your contacts on your phone to the app and organize it in a way that it'll help you keep track of, who you need to schedule, who you haven't scheduled. It helps you track your contacts. Your list is literally the most important thing in your Primerica business right now. Your list of people, your list of contacts, it's what's going to give you, the activity that you need to get all these results and all these perks that we just talked about. And so what we're going to teach you right now is I'm going to show you a brief presentation how to upload your contacts to the Primerica app. And this presentation, again, you should have the PDF version of this. So I'm going to kind of go through it pretty quickly, but you can refer to the PDF version and it shows you step by step exactly how to do this. Now, our goal is to help you upload your top 25 contacts. So out of all, you probably have hundreds of contacts on your phone. We just want to help you upload your top 25. We're going to teach you how to qualify those contacts, how to add details and set appointments. So if you download your Primerica app, and by all means, if you're watching this on a laptop, you can pause the video, pull out your phone, log on to the Primerica app, and follow this step by step if you'd like. Or again, you could refer to the PDF version of this presentation. It'll have this exact same information that you're seeing now. But when you open up the Primerica app, on the homepage, this is what your homepage will look like. You click the hamburger to get started, those three lines on the top left-hand side. Then you're going to select tools. You can see under rewards and recognition, you're going to select tools. And under tools, it'll open up these options. You'll want to select contact manager. Once you select contact manager, this screen will pop up. You select the three-dot menu at the top right-hand side. And once you select that option, it'll give you another drop-down menu. You select import contacts, and then you read the consumer privacy instructions, comply with the requirements. You just click I agree, And then it'll just take a few seconds and it'll load all your contacts to the Primerica app. And then what you want to do is out of all those contacts, again, you can select all of them. I usually have the representatives that I work with directly select anybody that's 18 years or older and has no felonies and lives somewhere in the United States. If they have those 3 requirements, I have them select that, because if they have those 3 requirements, they can get licensed, they can work with us, and they can, you know, take advantage of our services. So, but if you just want to select the top 25, you know, go ahead and do that. And so you just select the names that you want to be imported. It'll take you a few minutes to do that. You click import contacts, and then it'll say import was successful. And now the next step, once it's imported the contacts you selected, you're going to click qualify contacts. Now, what do we mean by qualify contacts? We run a qualification system that's called MACHO. You can see on the left-hand side of the screen, MACHO stands for married, age 25 to 55, children, C stands for children. And when we say children, we're referring to like minors or dependents still living at home. H stands for homeowner, not necessarily owning the house, but they live in a house, they have a mortgage. And then O is occupation, they have a full-time job, they're employed. Now, each one of these qualifications, which is 5 of them, MACHO, it's 5 qualifications. Each one of these is a point. The more points somebody has, the more success we're going to have on that appointment, because Primerica is a perfect business and perfect services for these kind of people. People that are married, that are 25 to 55, that have young children, that have a house, and that have a full-time job. Literally, you do an appointment with somebody that has those 5 qualities, 80, not even 80, about 90, 95% of the time, you're going to walk away with a new teammate or a new client with referrals. I mean, they want everything that we do because they're the ones that need the most what we do. They need an opportunity to make more money. They need to get out of debt. They need life insurance. They need to save and invest for retirement, kids' college. They need almost everything that we do. The less points that someone has, the less need that they have for, you know, what we do. And so we're going to teach you what to do with people, because you have people in your life that only have 1 point, 2 points, and all 5, and some people that have 0. We're going to teach you what to do with each person depending on how many points they have. And that's what we're going to cover in the Fast Start meeting. But what we'd like for you to do is qualify them. So when you click qualify, you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, that's exactly what it's going to look like. And all you got to do is select whatever applies to that person. So like, here's an example. It's got Marco Boyce. If they're a homeowner, you click homeowner. If they're employed, you click that. You know, if they're age 25, you click that. You click what applies to them. And you can select favorite if you have a very great relationship with them. Now, under credibility rating, you can select how well you know them. You can say, I know if they're married, I know both of them well. I know one of them well. It's more of a casual contact. And this will help your trainer, when you do your Fast Start meeting, they'll help go over this list with you, and they'll teach you, how to go about scheduling appointments with these people depending on how many points that they have. And so upload those contacts, qualify each contact, and then make sure you save your list. And it'll have it saved on there, and you can always continue to add more as you need to add more. And we really use this system to keep track of all of our contacts, to keep track of our appointments. It's a really great system to keep track of your list. And again, your list is literally the most important thing to your business right now. And then you'll be able to start setting appointments on there. Again, you can wait to do this until the meeting with your trainer, where they're going to teach you how to do that, so on and so forth. And you can even add more information under each contact, make it more detailed, personalized. So when you book an appointment, it's the address there, and automatically lets your field trainer know. And so we just want to make sure, after seeing all this information, that you get prepared for your Fast Start meeting. And so here's what your next steps are. And before I explain it, again, we want to welcome you again to the team. Our team name is We're the Freedom Fighters. If you didn't know this, the mission of Primerica is to fight for families' financial freedom. And so, each vice president gets to kind of create their own team environment, their own team culture. And so I want to build a team that is in alignment with the mission of our company. And so we're called the Freedom Fighters. We're helping families fight for their financial freedom. We're helping our staff become financially free as well. And so here's what your next step. So after seeing all this information, here's exactly what you need to do next. So the first thing you need to do is upload your contacts to the Primerica app. Again, you can refer back to this video, or you can just refer to the PDF version of this presentation. Make sure you upload your contacts to the app, have them qualified. So when you meet with your trainer can show you exactly how to start scheduling those appointments. You want to start collecting the information for your financial needs analysis. You should have received in an email the PDF file of the financial needs analysis checklist. Start collecting those items. And again, you don't have to collect any items if it's available all online. For most people, most of those items are available online. And then start working on your calendar. Start making some adjustments so you can attend those meetings that we're doing on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Again, the more you plug into those meetings, the more you're going to get out of Primerica, the more success that you're going to have. In the 8 years I've been in Primerica, I've never seen anybody that makes money and does not attend our meetings. Every single person that makes money on a consistent basis, on a weekly basis, they're usually in the meetings that we're doing every single week. So start making adjustments in your calendar to be able to consistently attend those. Those are your next steps. We're going to give you an idea of what we're going to do in our next meeting. So at your Fast Start meeting with your trainer, here's what we're going to do. We're going to connect you to the Facebook, a group chat that we have. If you don't have a Facebook account, please set one up. You don't have to add friends. You don't have to do anything. Just set one up just so we can add you to our Facebook group chat. It is absolutely critical that you are in that group chat so you stay up to date with everything that's going on as quickly as possible. So make sure you have that app downloaded, the Facebook and the Facebook Messenger app, by your next meeting. We're going to talk about the steps to licensing, so show you exactly how you can start studying online, or how you can go to the physical class, get you registered for one of the next classes. We're going to schedule appointments. Again, we want to help you get started off to a fast start. We're going to schedule appointments in the Fast Start meeting. And if we have time, we'll start your financial needs analysis. If we run out of time at the Fast Start meeting, then the next meeting you'll do with your trainer is to start your financial needs analysis. And so this concludes the Fast Start introduction. Make sure you follow these action items. Make sure you see your trainer here within the next 24 to 48 hours for your Fast Start meeting. And, let's help you start building your Primerica business. Again, we're excited to be working with you. We hope to see you at the top, because the bottom is too crowded.